Ignore my hair, we're gonna get to that later. If you've been following me, then you know that growth in every area of life is always my focus, whether that's continuing my studies about the mind or whether that's figuring out what the best things are to put in my body. I am here to share those things and these ideas with y'all. Therefore, in this video, I am going to highlight and we're going to talk about the less talked about and holistic methods of self-care that often aren't a part of the conversation, but that also oftentimes make the biggest difference in just how good we actually feel. A lot of self-care routines on social media are solely comprised of beauty routines or skincare or bathing. And while, all that stuff is okay, I'm going to do some of that too later on. Self-care is so much more than that. And so the first thing that you see me doing here is prayer. What better way to start off your self-care routine than feeding your spirit? As I spend time with the Lord and in my Bible, you guys are getting ready to see me, there it is, whip out one of the most beneficial parts of my routine, and that is my journal. You guys, journaling is recommended by therapists for a reason. It is so beneficial to any self-care routine for your mental health. Journaling can help you manage anxiety, depression, and stress, and it can also help identify stressors, recognize triggers, and practice self-talk. The best thing that you could probably do for your mental health right now and for yourself is to put down your phone. Y'all already know that our generation got this so bad, but you guys, it's crazy how anxiety inducing this could be. I think iPhone now even has a setting where you can see how many times you pick up your phone per day. And you guys, when I tell you, you will be surprised at your number. Most of us are borderline OCD with our phones and we don't even know it. You can start small, you guys, by leaving your phone in the other room at certain times of day or shutting it off. Your attention span, ability to focus, your dopamine receptors, and your overall mental health will thank you. Just like we can't have self-care without taking care of our minds, we also can't have it without taking care of what's inside of our bodies. I was actually coming up off of a 3-day fast when I was filming this, you guys. So what you see me here is making a smoothie, and I'm also going to show you guys the soup that I ate because those foods are really easy to digest. But yeah, y'all, I didn't eat for 3 days before I made this meal. So that's actually what my next video is going to be about. Stay tuned if you want to see and hear about that. Food is another part of self-care that's not talked about enough, but it's understandable because most of us here in America are just uneducated about it. But you guys, the way that you eat and the things that you put in your body, hate to sound like, broken record, because we all have heard this before, but literally it's going to determine how good you feel on a day-to-day basis. Some people don't even know that your mood can be determined by what you eat, just how much energy you have, whether you feel like getting up out of bed or not. And you guys, promise once you start actually eating for energy and nutrition, it is life-changing. And don't be judging my stove either. I gave her a good little elbow grease scrub after I recorded this. I think it's underrated that self-care has to look like doing something or be complicated in any way or even busy. Sometimes self-care looks like exactly this for me. In fact, more often than not. I do all of these things that I'm doing in my video on occasion, but also you guys, like if you know us, me and my husband, we also just really love to eat. And so sometimes sitting down in front of the TV is self-care enough and being intentional with that. On to the part that I know some of you will probably most enjoy. I am going to wash my hair and show you guys just how I do that whole routine. Now, if you watch my last video, then you already know what's going on. My hair was straight because I cut it. I needed a good trim. And so this is where we are at. Yeah, she crusty, but that's okay. We're going to get her together. My straight to curly routine isn't very much different from my regular routine. You guys know I finger detangle. Here, actually, I think you're going to see me. I thought I was going to be able to use a brush because my hair was still somewhat straight, but no, it was just kind of hard to pull through, and I didn't want to damage my hair, at all. I don't like brushes for that reason. And so you're going to see me just go back to the usual, what I already know, which is using my hands and deep conditioner. So the beauty portion kind of my, self-care routine is not very complicated at all. I am the definition of a minimalist in that realm, or low maintenance or whatever you want to call it. A lot of times just because it's easier for me and it's what I'm used to. But taking care of your appearance for a lot of people is just as important as taking care of, what's going on the inside. Because as I say, right, when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you do good. So the ripple effect. For me, that is going to look like hair and skin today in this video. So as you see, I converted, my hair. It was straight and we put her was under the water with some deep conditioner, all that good stuff. I'm not going to, go in detail about everything that I used and all that. I do have some hair videos on my channel. You can go there, or if you want an updated hair routine video, leave a comment. But yeah, as y'all can see, after that cut, shout out to my husband if you saw the haircut that he gave me in the last video. After that cut, the curls are curling. They are giving. The beauty of the physical parts of our self-care routines is that it just truly engages your senses. I do not take that for granted at all. As much as I love doing things to feed my spirit and, engage my mind, man, it's just so nice to be able to give your scalp a massage, or to, just sit under running water and not be in a rush but to relax. Like, as you can see, I truly was, y'all, enjoying myself here. It was nice to just let the water run on my hair. After a certain amount of days, especially, y'all naturals know how that goes. But anybody, it just feels so good to be able to give yourself that kind of like relaxation treatment. And that is, of course, just a huge part of self-care. So yes, as you can see, this is actually a different clip. This is why I call this a compilation or compilation, whatever. I don't know how to say that word. But it's because I actually filmed this over the span of a few days. But in this video, I'm rinsing out the conditioner that I had in my hair. So from the last clip, I put conditioner in, let it sit, and here I am rinsing it out. And I'm also going to do a little bit of extra body exfoliation. And this hinges on, or kind of hints at, the next great point that I want to make about self-care. You guys, it is worth it to take the extra time to do something you don't normally do. In fact, part of what makes it self-care is that you do something that you don't often, do in your regular routine. You gotta take the time, go the extra mile with your body care or with your hair or skin care, like do that face mask that you don't normally get the chance to do, or go get that pedicure, or whatever it is. And so for me, that's using this little exfoliation glove that I'm gonna use and just kind of exfoliating my whole entire body in the shower, and just, yeah, allowing myself to relax in that part of my routine. Now I am just washing my face and preparing to do a face mask. This right here is what took my skincare routine to a self-care routine. And you guys, it is so good. I feel like everybody knows about turmeric by now. But, if you don't, then you should know that it is literally like a golden ingredient. Pun intended. No, it's so good, you guys, for your skin. And just, it does a whole bunch of stuff. You can obviously research it on your own. In fact, you should. But it can get rid of dark spots. It can help to brighten your skin and create an even complexion, just all the things. And so this mask in particular was a yogurt, lemon juice, and turmeric mask that I've made a bunch of different times in the past. It feels so good, especially if you use yogurt that's, freshly cold. And the lemon juice, guys, is so relaxing. I really want to stress that If nothing else that you get from this video, self-care can look like so many different things. And so I actually wanted to come on here and actually give you guys a list. Not that you couldn't, figure this out on your own. I fully believe that you are capable, whoever you are. But I just wanted to include some because why not? That's kind of a big part of me making this video, is to provide some examples of what this could look like. So, there's so many other things that you can do that oftentimes aren't advertised to us. And that's walking, listening to music, practicing a hobby, reading, spending time in nature, calling loved ones or mentors or anyone who's kind of a confidant for you, journaling, as I already mentioned. You could do a spa day. You could even just sleep. There's so many things. I mentioned unplugging from social media, doing something new, like getting adult coloring books or aromatherapy, volunteering, working out, sending a thank you card, going for a drive. And I'll stop there because the list is obviously long and you get the point. The list goes on, and if you need more ideas, you could just Google. But you'll find dozens, and there's so much that can be said about self-care, but the biggest takeaways I want to highlight are that A, you guys, self-care is more than just physical. And I know that many people might not actually say this, but that's often what's exemplified when we see self-care videos, is that it's like a physical thing. But truly, we would all be healthier if we did more to truly care for our mental health, which takes thoughtful consideration to figure out what we need in our lives or what we have in our lives that we don't need. B is that I think self-care can look different for everyone. And so for some, caring for your mental health could totally look like doing a bath routine if that's what you've decided is, what you really need, and that's what's going to help you feel rested and mentally rejuvenated. And the last thing, you guys, very important, is C, that I want you guys to feed your spirit. I want to encourage you guys to do that right here, right now. There's nothing more powerful that we can do to care for ourselves than to set down our phones, cut off other distractions, and stop ignoring God. We spend hours on our phone, but won't give God 15 to 20 minutes of our day and wonder why we're so heavy laden and burdened. Put your phone down and pick up that Bible and pray. Brower says God loves you and is waiting. I have my health and wellness tea, my skin is moisturized, and I have self-care talk you guys to the max. I hope this was helpful, and as I always say, we are building a community over here, and this is a safe space, so don't be a stranger. Leave a comment, and let's get some conversations popping down below. Like, what's y'all's self-care journey been like? I would love to know. Shout out to all my recent subscribers. Hit that button if you haven't, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye-bye.